when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money P. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DePrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DePrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Happy Friday, TGIF. God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. The show is called First Things First. I think you know that. My first thing today and every day is prayer, prayer, prayer. Giving thanks, asking for blessings, giving praises to the Most High, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders, and let's go. It is Friday. I think you knew that too, but look, the fog is gone some kind of way. It's been so crazy. I don't even want to drive around the Kona because it's so foggy. You're not messing up my car. You're not messing up my hair. Doggone it. You think I would be used to it, right? I'm from the Bay, fog land. My friends in the Bay are suffering low temperatures and fog, but apparently that phase is past. We shall see. So, look, this is how we do it on a Freedman Friday, which is what it is every Friday around here. Why? Because we talk about reparations. It's a comprehensive conversation meant to keep us up to date, motivated, and part of the solution when it comes to reparations. Okay, so we are going to be doing that like we do every single Friday. Freedman Friday, we're talking reparations. And today is especially interesting because today we will be unboxing what happened in Maryland, where they overrode a veto by the governor to pass reparations legislation. We have Lawrence Grampre joining us from Baltimore. He's one of the organizers that worked for that victory. So that should be quite an interesting and informative conversation. Hour 3, we'll hear from Ashra Kwesi again, but it's part 2. This is not a rerun. This is Ashra Kwesi going deep on the ancient African origins of some of our modern lore, particularly when it comes to Christmas and the holiday season. His take on the early origins of Christianity may ruffle some feathers, but hopefully it will also open some eyes. You don't want to miss that. And then typically right now we would have Sherry Bell because it's every other Friday, but Sherry took her holiday early. Not mad at that. And so it's me, you, and this microphone, telephone, and Miles is there representing LA today. And so the phone lines are open. Miles, are we doing Xmas amnesty? Are we doing amnesty again?
Call in. Let's open the phone lines. Why not?
Phone
Wide
lines
open.
all the way open. Unless your name is OP for op. No, even if you are an op, you're welcome. Come on. Trolls, ops, loved ones, delegates, you're all invited in. 800-920-1580 as we ring out the old year and ring in the new. There's so much to be appreciative of. I think we could do a whole show where we just whine about how everything sucks since January 20th, 2025. And I'm here for that. If you want to do it, I'll be your shoulder to cry on. I don't have a problem with that. I got strong shoulders. But there's a lot to be said for inventorying all of the good that has happened in spite of and over and above and around and under and through all the incredible things we are accomplishing in this city, county, and in this nation even. The mayor of the city of LA will be checking in with us later this hour because she's got a big holiday thing going on. And she's going to enlighten us on that. I don't know all the details, but she's got a community holiday type vibe going. So looking forward to hearing from her later in the hour. And happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all the things, New Year. I'm a festive person. I think you know that. I love all the Christmas lights, fairy lights. I never knew that's what they were called. The trees, the trimmings. So, and also winter solstice, because winter solstice is this Saturday, and that's when the days start getting longer again. The return of the light. And that's supposed to be a great time. My mom used to have this tradition. Every winter solstice, December 21st, she would clean the house and do this extensive prayer. I mean, she would clean the house, scrub it, and then she would spiritually clean the house with prayer. And that was my mom's winter solstice, beginning of holiday season. And lots of love going out to everybody who's suffering through the holidays, their first year or their 10th year without a loved one who made it merry and bright for you. It can be really sad and depressing. I hope you'll step out and do something fun. Miles, I heard Snoop and Dre performed yesterday at the Top Dog Entertainment party over in Nickerson Gardens.
You didn't go?
I did not. No, I really didn't feel like going outside. I'm feeling very hibernatish right now. But, I heard a good time was had by all.
Are you mad you missed it now?
I didn't want to go outside.
Okay.
Snoop and Dre is always a vibe. And it's classic LA, right? Snoop and Dre performing at Nickerson Gardens for free on Xmas. We were saying how we were talking about whether or not Snoop is losing some relevance after the performance for Trump and the crypto. I mean, he's selling everything. But I think one of the ways that you keep your credibility and keep the love is to do stuff like that. To show up at Nickerson Gardens, no matter if you're a billionaire or a thousandaire, and perform for the people. So good for Snoop, good for Dre. I think that's dope they did that.
I'm not mad at that. I heard K-Dot came too. That was dope to see. Kendrick came, him and SZA perform. I'm not sure how much Vassetti did, but I saw him and SZA performing.
So, I mean, that's a flex for TDE too.
Yeah.
I mean, and Top Dog and, and the whole crew, I mean, they are at the top of their game.
Yeah, Grammy family right now.
Yeah, they're at the top of their game. And, I think I'm always happy when I see big West Coast events like that with no drama, right? Because, I was there last year, and that line was blocks and blocks and blocks long. That was nothing nice. And it was slow, okay? So, but people were chill. They were in a good mood. We had to see a free show, It was packed, not really places to sit. You're standing up, but people were good. They're, hey, we're going to see free music. But it's not always like that. In LA, people can get salty and it can be, a little, how people are. It's good that it's in the winter, not the summer, because people fuss less in the winter. But I'm glad that everybody came in the spirit of the holidays. And today is part 2. Today's where they do the toy giveaway and all of the people come and donate toys. And so the first day is a concert and the second day is all give back. So shout out to Top Dog and the whole TDE crew for doing that and staying true to it, even when they've broken through to the top of the top. I mean, you don't get more mainstream America than the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah. And there's also going to be in Nickerson Gardens, the toy drive?
Yeah, that's always this day 2. The first day is the concert. The second day is the toy drive, toy giveaway, and all of the giving back to the community organizations. So there's the give back music, and then there's the give back toys. I think that's really pretty amazing and good on them. And I love that, you're repping LA right now. You're repping the West Coast. Everybody, not like us and that whole thing really did create another wave of pride, I think, in the West Coast. And so, yay, bring it to the community, the folks that may not be able to pay $1 million for a seat, because those concerts now are so high. You got to save up just to go see Beyonce. You got to save up to see Kendrick. You got to save up or get a hookup, but
And shout out to Kendrick too, because they literally were just on tour this past Monday and Tuesday. So to pop back out into hit the community, yeah, that's dope for the people.
Especially during the season. I think I know they're really committed, because I see that Top Dog and the whole TDE firm is working with the Justice Care and Opportunities Department, which is an arm of LA County that helps people who are justice impacted, meaning they've been to jail, they've been in the foster system, they've been in juvenile hall. And I see TDE showing up for a lot of their stuff, and JCOD, of course, which is led by my friend, Judge Songhai Armstead. I see them. They were one of the sponsors of the, TDE concert yesterday and today's charitable event. So I see the way they're working together, and just the commitment on the part of that organization to show up for people who have been justice impacted. I think that's great too, because sometimes the music, we can glorify getting shot, going to prison, all the stuff we glorify sometimes in hip hop. It's good to see that they're supporting the flip side in terms of helping people get readjusted to the community, find jobs, find places to live, get rides to court, all the stuff that JCOD does. And so, that's all good.
I just thought about it. TDE, Aftermath, Death Row on stage, put together by JCOD. That's dope. That's dope. Come on now, progressive.
Yeah, it's progressive, and also it speaks to something else that actually, quite as it's kept, our mayor deserves a pretty good amount of credit for, which is the urban peace movement here in LA, where we've been piecing for decades. I mean, we got beef and people do dumb stuff. I'm not trying to be stupid or naive, but the fact is now the way it is compared to how it was in the 90s, that didn't just happen by accident. It happened because gang intervention workers, it happened because, communities and influencers in those communities decided to create the conditions where we can thrive and come out and party and people don't have to be shot and all that. So, that might sound simple to you, but I was here in the 90s and I know how it was. And I saw them put together the peace movement brick by brick. And the reason I say our mayor deserves some credit is because she, along with Dr. Bob Ross, Martin Ledlow, who was then a city council member, the Bruce Saito and the LA Conservation Corps, Community Coalition, Shell Dog, Bo Taylor, T. Rogers, a lot of the gang intervention folks on the ground, Denise Stencil from Rec and Parks, we got at it. And the mayor, under the direction of the mayor and Bob Ross, created this thing called Summer of Success, which went on to become the summer night lights and the whole gang reduction and intervention, the professionalization of the peace industrial complex here in LA. And that's starting to be exported. It has been exported to other cities. And all that we're reaping the fruits of when we can go out. And like you said, Miles, we can have Death Row, Top Dog, TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, and everybody's community that came to enjoy it all in one place. And it's all good. That's work, people. That's not, I believe in rainbows and fairies and crystals and unicorns, but that right there, some people put on hard hats and went to work in the peace mines, creating an environment where we can thrive like that. So shout out to everyone who's doing the work and everyone who's keeping it going. Look, you're invited in. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. I always like to keep it, sort of chill, but this is going to be my last day in here for a minute. James Farr is going to be in here holding it down, and we'll get to hear some of the amazing hours that we had over the past year. We rarely reprise shows, but we've got some good ones coming up for you in the spirit of the holidays. So if you want to talk to me, now's the time. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-550-9651.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Celebrate good times, come on!
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates Malik Books on celebrating 35 years in business.
It's a celebration.
Malik Books proudly houses one of the largest African American and diverse children's books in the nation. This is the perfect time to pick up holiday reads, meaningful gifts, and to support literacy in our community. For 35 years, Malik Books has stood strong in the Black Book Revolution, uplifting stories that heal, inspire, and transform. One reader at a time. Change your thoughts, change your life. Books are the gift that keeps giving. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, congratulations to Malik Books on 35 years of culture, pride, and community.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
And I want to make sure I let you know when we do return, we are hitting the ground running, okay? We will see you January 7th. We're going to be marking the 1 year anniversary commemoration. It's really a sad day since the terrible fires hit LA, East and West, the Palisades and Altadena. Eaton Canyon will be in Pasadena at Perry's Joint, broadcasting this show live from 6 to 9 a.m. You are invited to join. Perry's Joint is at 2051 Lincoln Avenue in Pasadena. I will be there. James Farr, of course, will be joining. He is the host of the Conversation Live, Pasadena, Altadena Rising, on Saturdays on this radio station. And he will be joining me because he lives out there and knows a lot of the folks involved in the recovery and has been following this week by week by week. So we will take a look at where we are, what's going on, and certainly you're invited to join that live broadcast. Live, first things first, from Perry's Joint on the 7th of January. That is going to be happening, the minute we return. Also, tomorrow, the African Focus Incorporated team and KBLA is having a Zoom call. If you want to find out about the trip to Africa, perhaps you'd like to come to Botswana and Zambia with us, there's still a few seats. You can call 310-676-7300, 310-676-7300, and then they'll give you the Zoom link. You can hop on and ask questions about the trip, hear a little of our itinerary and what is required to make it happen. So that's tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow afternoon, 310-676-7300. That is the number to call and get the Zoom. So we have a lot going on even throughout the season of holy days. Let's go to Fahima calling us from Washington, D.C. Good morning, Queen.
Johnny and Kate Pasa, Dominique, I'm going to be very brief, but first I want to wish you a happy holiday and a prosperous new year and a happy Kwanzaa and hopefully a much better year in 26 than we all had in 25.
No doubt.
Now, that being said, just
same to you, by the way, Fahima, same to you.
Asante and Madasi. Very briefly, I sent you 2 emails, and actually I was invited to participate in the panel because the position I take, there is no need to have a study. Again, Maryland is the one state that has had comprehensive research, and the most compelling is the Maryland Slavery Legacy Project. People like John Hope Franklin, Ira Berlin, John Cottrell were all involved, and it was done by the University of Maryland as part of the Maryland Archives. I mean, they have slave manifestos. They've documented who was enslaved and the impact. What is needed is comprehensive legislation to address the harm. And that's one of the things that Governor Moore asked for in his veto letter. I think another study simply kicks the can down the road. And if you look at what the study is going to do, it's going to study the impact, which has already been done, and to determine if remedies are warranted.
Now, of course, for those who are not, in the weeds with this, Fahima is talking about reparations and the conversation that we're going to have for Freedman Friday, which focuses on the overriding of the Governor Moore's veto. And of course, Fahima, you called when he first vetoed because you've been in support of the governor making this move. Saying that another study wasn't needed. But what I haven't seen is the governor moving to try to create this legislation for action that he cited when he wrote that letter, a veto letter.
Well, actually, he was doing stuff like that even beforehand, because for one of the things that he has done, and I don't know Wes Moore, so I'm not sitting here championing him, but I'm looking at some of the things that he's done, and I'm not going to do a commercial for him. But again, I reiterate, they need to provide legislation, not determine if harms need to be, slavery reparations are required. This commission needs to be coming up with legislation, not studying.
Why do you suppose that almost every activist that I've talked to that's actually from Maryland feels that it is necessary and important for this commission to be seated.
Well, I don't want to seem ageist, but I think maybe they don't know that at the turn of the century, from 2021 to about 2024, there was a comprehensive study that was done documenting slave narratives, who was enslaved. It's right there. So I don't understand what it is they're going to be researching, the impact of the harms that were done in terms of disparity, denied education, incarceration. So I really don't know what it is they're good.
Well, I guess you maybe you should listen into Freedom Friday today, and maybe they'll explain to you what it is that they hope to achieve here.
Well, like I said, I was invited to be on a panel when this first happened, and then I was disinvited because of my position. I mean, they've got to know about the Maryland Slavery Legacy Project. So I don't know what it is that their research is, just kicking the can down the road. And I don't want to keep repeating myself. So I'll just end there, and I will be listening. And again, Dominique, you have a happy holiday and a prosperous new year. And hopefully 26 will be better for all of us than 25 was.
Absolutely. That's always the wish. All the things, Fahima. Thank you for your insight. Always appreciate talking with you. We've got Dee from Long Beach on the phone. Dee, you just have a minute here before news, traffic, and sports, but we can keep it going on the other side. Just want to let you get started.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's on your mind? How are you?
I'm good. I am a man without a party.
What?
I was so far left when I was an undergraduate that people would come up to me and state, I am a capitalist.
But you also were a Republican for a time, Dee, right?
I officially, I still am, but I don't know where to go.
Officially still a Republican, but not a Trumper.
Correct.
Maybe you should go over, talk to Chris Smalls and try to join his Labor Party. You know, he's trying to resurrect the Labor Party. He's trying to resurrect the Labor Party as a more viable, viable entity. Or maybe you should be over with Dr. Cornel West, with the Justice for All Party. Hold that thought. We've got news, traffic, and sports. Then more on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Kennedy family members are slamming a move to rename the Kennedy Center the Trump Kennedy Center. Jack Schlossberg says his grandparents, John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, would be mortified.
Trump may have notched another win tonight. It just wasn't one for the country. It was for himself, as usual.
The White House says the board voted unanimously. Catherine Almonte DaCosta has resigned as appointments director for New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani after anti-Semitic tweets surfaced. The Anti-Defamation League called her past remarks vile and is demanding to know if Mamdani was aware before her selection. President Trump has added new plaques to the Presidential Walk of Fame outside the Oval Office, some criticizing past leaders. Barack Obama's plaque accuses him of spying on President Trump's 2016 campaign. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Rams have some defensive issues to clean up before the playoffs. They gave up a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter last night in Seattle and a game-winning 2-point conversion in overtime. The result was a dramatic 38-37 win for Seattle. Breakdowns by the Rams defense overshadowed spectacular performances by Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua. Stafford had 457 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Nacua had 12 catches for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. Seattle now has the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. The Rams can get it back if they win their final 2 games and Seattle loses their last 2. The Rams finish up at Atlanta and at home against Arizona. Seattle plays Carolina and San Francisco on the road. The Lakers are 12-3 on the road after their 143-135 win at Utah. 45 points for Luka Doncic. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you coughing a lot, especially at night? Are you often short of breath? Are you using your rescue inhaler often? These could be signs that your asthma is not under control. To keep your asthma in check and help prevent an asthma attack, ask your healthcare provider for an asthma action plan. This is a personalized plan you create with your doctor that shows you what to do and what medicines to help control your asthma and to use when you're having a hard time breathing or when you're having an asthma attack. Please don't wait until you're having an asthma attack. Do something about it now. Schedule a visit with your healthcare provider today to make that action plan and take control of your asthma. For more tips and resources on the management of asthma, visit luma-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
Check out the champagne. Everybody can laugh.
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates our own Keith Underwood, host of the weekend entertainment show Black in the Green Room, on his recent honor at the annual National Arts and Entertainment Journalism Awards. Keith received a first place award presented by the Los Angeles Press Club for his entertainment reporting, and we couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Keith, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
1 year ago, flames tore through Altadena and Eaton Canyon, changing lives forever. From the ashes, can a beloved community rise stronger? Hi, I'm Dominique DePrima, host of First Things First, weekday mornings, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., here on KBLA Talk 1580. And I'm inviting you to join us on Wednesday, January 7th, as we broadcast live from Perry's Joint on the 1-year anniversary of this horrific and devastating fire. We're remembering those we lost, celebrating the heroes and sheroes who answered the call, and honoring the resilience of neighbors who are determined to rebuild together.
I've been a strong black woman a long time, and I can't just break down now.
Hear the stories of survival, the voices of recovery, the spirit of community that the fire couldn't destroy, and yes, the angst of those who still do not know where they go from here.
Yeah, where am I gonna go?
At KBLA Talk 1580, we don't just cover the story, we're part of this community, and we've done our level best to hold those responsible for this fire accountable. And 1 year later, we're still standing together.
It is my hopes that black people will rebuild those homes.
So join us live at Perry's Joint, 2051 Lincoln Avenue in Pasadena, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Wednesday, January 7th, as we commemorate the 1-year anniversary of the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire. Because some stories demand to be remembered.
This too shall pass.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wow. So the apparently the deal is finally signed for the sale of TikTok. And it is mostly going to ByteDance, a.k.a. Larry Ellison, who's a very, very conservative MAGA, Trump supporter, Netanyahu supporter type dude. So that's what we're doing with TikTok. Starting January 22nd, it will close officially, and it's Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX, which is a company based in Abu Dhabi. They will collectively own 40% of that entity. The U.S. TikTok, which will be called TikTok USDS Joint Venture LLC, and almost a third of that company will be held by ByteDance, which is really Oracle / Larry Ellison, Larry and David Ellison. Another 20% will be directly owned by ByteDance. So basically, Larry Ellison is the majority shareholder by a mile. And they're going to retrain the content recommendation algorithm on U.S. user data to ensure content feed is free from outside manipulation. Yeah, we only want inside manipulation, no outside manipulation. It's about to get real Trumpy on TikTok. I mean, I know there's already a big, helping of that, but it's about to get real MAGA-y over there. Come January 22nd, TikTok away while you can. Let's go. D called and he was talking about being a man without a party, not being a Trump guy, but a reformed leftist, now Republican in search of a home. Do you want to land for me, D?
I don't know, but I was told, I only have one data point, that the most famous candidate in Africa is none of the above. What the white working class does is, if you give them a candidate, a nominee they don't like, they'll just stay at home. But we literally cannot afford to stay at home.
Yeah. Well,
and that's why they're going to say that the next election is so consequential, and they're going to pick a centrist, they're going to pick a corporate Democrat, and people will fall for it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm really tired of that little game. That we need to move to the right, to the right, to the right. We need to be, Buttigieg seems like a perfectly nice guy, but he's, to me, I've been calling him since 2020 Biden light. That's what he is to me. He's like a more hip version of Joe Biden. When you look at the votes, the policies, and I feel like the Democratic Party needs to lean into the progressive wing, go where the energy is, but they won't. They always pick the corporate Dems. And that's one of the reasons I don't think that Gavin Newsom is going to make it, even though you can make the argument that he has tacked rather rapidly to the right. He's a California guy, which that image is not giving corporate Dem.
Well, I don't know. If I knew, I would bottle it and sell it.
Well, I say help build the third party, Dwight. If you're a man without a party, then build one. D, excuse me. Yeah. All these Ds. We are going to go to Dwight, though. Thank you, D. Dwight, straight out of Compton. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to all the KBLA family. And Dominique, I'd like to thank you and everyone there at KBLA for keeping us informed and inspired throughout this season of walking through the shadow of the valley of death, because we really need you and your information. And I'm glad D is not happy with the Republican Party, but I've never been happy with the Republican Party, and I don't understand what benefits to black people has being in the Republican Party do, because they attack black people, keeping with gerrymandering and keep us from voting.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking, I know what Republicans would say, not D, but other Republicans would say, they freed the slaves. They freed the slaves. It was Lincoln. That Republican Party.
That's a whole nother time.
Right. They have to go back 100 years. They got to go back more than 100 years to remember the last time they did anything for black people.
Yeah, because when you think about it, Dominique, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, but Japan is our friend now. Germany had Hitler, and we were fighting Germany, and now Germany's our friend. So you got to keep up with the change in times. You can't go back with the Republican Party because the blacks were Republicans at one time.
Yep.
And then when Johnson signed the civil rights bills to try to straighten things out, all the racists left the Democrat Party and the Dixiecrats and the Ku Klux Klan starters and went over to the Republican Party. But it's the same thing. You got to be against racism, and don't just judge a book by its cover, because look, Clarence Thomas is on one side on the Supreme Court, and Jackson, Ketanji Jackson, is on the other side trying to help fight for democracy. So I'm asking everyone 18 and older, go to vote.gov, register to vote out these Republicans, and vote in the Democrats in the House and the Senate in 2026 just to help straighten things out, not to not to have no unexpected ideas, because we had Sinema and Manchin hold up the George Foreman bill, and hold up the John Adams. John Adams bill that would have straightened out
John Lewis
and would have protected us from the police. So people, there's going to be a few rotten eggs, but we just got to throw them out rotten apples. Got to throw them out the barrel, Dominique, and keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
And thank you again for everything you've done, keeping us inspired and informed, and keep us going through 2026, Dominique. Thank you, and enjoy your time off.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you. Absolutely. We got great shows for you, though, throughout, and we appreciate you. Dwight's one of our day ones. We appreciate you straight out of Compton. And you're right, Dwight. We got to throw out what doesn't serve us and keep what does. Trump putting his name on the Kennedy Center. I said I wasn't going to whine all day, and I won't. But that, to me, that's like putting your name on another man's headstone. You want glory and fame so bad that you're willing to put your name on another man's crypt. That's crazy. A man who actually gave the ultimate sacrifice for his country was murdered, assassinated. And the Kennedy Center is a memorial to him, the John F. Kennedy Center for Performing Arts. Now it's going to be the Trump Kennedy Center. You are so thirsty that you're willing to put your name on another man's grave. That is crazy. That is diabolical. I'm going to pray for America right now. When we come forward, we'll be hearing from the mayor of the city of Los Angeles. Mayor Karen Bass is in the queue. That's next on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Aging happens, but giving up what you love, that's optional. This holiday season, start a conversation with your family about building habits that support brain health and keep life fulfilling. With AARP's Staying Sharp, you'll find tools, videos, recipes, and even games to help make healthy living simple and fun. Don't just age, thrive. Visit stayingsharp.org/get started.
Protect yourself from Medicare card scams. Scammers may call, email, or even knock on your door claiming they need your Medicare info, asking for money or threatening to cancel your benefits. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. Remember, Medicare doesn't need to verify your information. They already have it. Medicare won't charge you for a new card and will never threaten to cancel benefits. Check your Medicare statements for suspicious charges and report scams to the California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080. We're here to help.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
And as promised, the mayor of the city of Los Angeles, chief executive for the 4 million or so of us that live actually in the city of Los Angeles, is joining us by phone. Mayor Karen Bass, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Dominique?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
I am doing fine. Thank you.
I know you got a lot going on, so we'll have to save our more in-depth discussions for post-holiday season. Our more serious discussions, we'll table those for 2026, which is right around the corner. But you have a big event going on tomorrow.
Yes, and I appreciate that, and I don't know about you, but I am anxious for a new year.
Yep.
But to end off that year, hopefully helping a lot of residents in Leimert Park in South LA on Saturday, tomorrow, from 8 a.m. to noon at Leimert Park. We are going to be distributing food and toys and other essentials, and so we are encouraging families to bring baskets, carts, or sturdy bags to help them carry the items away. And parking is available for people who pre-register for the event. So we want people to just come out to the park, and we will give away, hopefully, items. We know people are struggling. This has been a very, very tough year in so many ways. And so we want to be able to provide some resources to people concretely to help them enjoy the holidays.
So, I mean, you're saying bring a big basket or a cart, because it sounds like it might be some heavy stuff or a lot of stuff that folks are getting.
Well, a turkey's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And especially if you add in a few toys. So, of course, we will have bags, but we also want people to, be able to carry their items away.
Who you said you would like people to pre-register. Can they walk up? Who qualifies?
Yes, they can walk up, absolutely. If you want to pre-register so you could get parking, mayor.lacity.gov/holiday drive 2025.
Mayor.lacity.gov/holiday drive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2025.
Oh, 2025. It's it's the government when it's a long name, but
exactly.
Mayor.lacity.gov/holiday drive 2025. So, but this is in the actual park area across from the Vision Theater. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And, again, this has been a tough year financially for so many people. We know LA is so expensive to live in, and given the erratic behavior of the guy in Washington, he has not helped. And so we're hoping that this provides a little bit of help for some families.
Toys, turkey, and sounds like maybe some other stuff.
Food, right.
Food, right. The groceries that go with the turkey.
Right.
So
that's correct.
That's good stuff. I mean, a lot of the times right now we're dealing with, I guess, the reductions in services, and some of our nonprofits and service providers are a little strained, as well as folks trying to reel from the SNAP, secession and stuff. So, how do you foresee that us fighting that in 2026? I mean, it seems like during the holidays, it's great that we do have giveaways.
Right.
I'm super glad you're coming to Leimert Park, but this is kind of an ongoing problem, it looks like.
You are so right, and actually I am worried about that in the month of February, because the deal that allowed SNAP to continue ends at the end of January. And so we have to think about that. What we're doing today is a result of city workers who all chipped in to help support Angelenos. but we are going to have to figure that out. That has been the main reason this year has been so tough, really, has been because of the erratic nature of Washington, D.C., and then, of course, the overt attacks from D.C.
And we know that the city budget is really stretched. How much can you step into the gap? How much can we, I know there was controversy about cities, counties, states covering when the feds fade to black.
You are absolutely right. And the city budget, just like all of the budgets right now on the state, county, city level, are tight. And one of the reasons is because of the uncertainty from D.C. Will we get the resources that we normally get? What kind of penalty will the president, impose on the city of Los Angeles? All of that uncertainty adds to it. And so we're going to have to see. I am hoping that there won't be an interruption in SNAP benefits and that a budget deal will be worked out. But we don't know. We didn't expect the shutdown to last, as long as it did. And then, unfortunately, people are going to have to brace themselves for an abrupt increase in their health care because of the loss of support from the federal government. And they keep debating it, but we pretty much will see those increase in healthcare rates in January.
Yeah, and hopefully, I know people are looking for other ways to fill in those gaps, and hopefully the city and the county and the state will be able to step in and prioritize people over everything else.
Correct. That's right. So trying to provide a little bit of relief for people, and we hope that folks come out tomorrow from 8 to 12, and we'll be happy to see you.
Food and toy giveaway. Everybody qualifies. You don't need a special pass. You don't need a special you don't need to be from any certain group. You just show up and get your toys and your turkey and groceries.
That's correct. But if you want help with parking, please pre-register. Well, absolutely. The fact that we stuck together this year and supported each other through very difficult times, I think is just emblematic of who we are as a city and who we are as a community. I think that there's a lot to look forward to in 2026 with all of the activities coming to town. And it's not just about, can you be a spectator in these activities? We want these activities to benefit our neighborhoods, to benefit our local economies, and we want the tourists to come. And so that will definitely be a focus in next year for us at City Hall, and hopefully the entire community.
All right, Mayor Karen Bass, thank you so much for checking in with us today. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Dominique. Bye-bye.
The mayor of the city of Los Angeles will be in Leimert Park tomorrow, 8 a.m. to noon. Food and toy giveaway. She says to bring a basket or a cart, and that is at the actual park in Leimert Park, the park that makes it Leimert Park. Register for parking at mayor.lacity.gov/holiday drive 2025, or take a Uber or walk if you live in the area, and then you don't have to do that. So that's good news. I'm always happy to see all of the giveaways and people stepping up during the season. And we started out talking about Top Dog Entertainment out in Nickerson Gardens, and what a beautiful event that seems to be. They're doing their toy giveaway and toy drive today. Sad to see the house full of toys canceled, but understanding that it'll be bigger and better next year, and that Stevie Wonder gives back all year long, every single year. I mean, that's just who he is. Also want to tee up the January 7th broadcast that we'll be doing live from Altadena, Pasadena, from Perry's Joint, is actually where it is, which is Pasadena. But we are talking about the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire, the aftermath, the recovery, the impact. It'll be at Perry's Joint, which is 2051 Lincoln Avenue in the city of Pasadena. Perry's Joint. And I'll be there for the entire broadcast from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll be broadcasting live from Perry's Joint. I invite you to stop by. If you have a story to tell or you want to just meet the folks that'll be there, I'll be there, James Farr, and some of the activists from the Altadena area, some of the people who are continuing to carry on the work, some impacted fire survivors. So that is what we will be doing on the 7th, live remote, almost the minute we get back. And tomorrow, find out about Africa. Maybe you want to get away. Maybe you want to look at, scout some possible potential retirement homes or vacation homes. Let me put it that way. If you want a vacation from this administration, maybe you want to come to Africa. We are going to 2 countries that are not on the current administration's hit list, so relatively safe to travel to. As safe as anywhere can be in the world. I say relatively because this is, 2025. But 2 places that are not on the list but are on my I've always wanted to go here list. You may have heard Dr. Gerald Horn talking about Zambia and its revolutionary tradition of supporting the anti-apartheid movement, the movement of Nelson Mandela. Also, it is the other side of Victoria Falls, mostly Oatunya Falls, as the indigenous Africans call it. It is the other side of one of the 7 wonders of the world, so we'll get to see that. And then we are going to Botswana. We will be in the city. We'll be touring and learning about that part of Southern Africa, but we'll also do safari. We're going to do a dinner cruise on the Chobe River, or I think it's a lunch cruise. I'm not sure. Some kind of cruise on the Chobe River. Anyway, if you're interested in going or finding out more about it, it is KBLA, Talk 1580, and African Focus Incorporated. We team up together. We raise money for this worthwhile nonprofit that bridges the gap between Africans and African Americans. We do service, we do vacation, and we do cultural tour. You can call 310-676-7300, 310-676-7300. They will give you the link to the Zoom. I will be on there tomorrow afternoon, and we will answer all of your questions and give you the 411 on that trip. It is Friday. That means it's Freedman Friday. So up next, we will be talking reparations. What is happening in Maryland? Fahima teed it up so nicely for us in that she laid out some of the controversy around this particular veto and why the governor vetoed the reparations commission there. We'll find out from an activist on the ground, Lawrence Grampre, what happened, how they made it happen, and what is next. It's a Freedman Friday on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Kennedy family members are slamming a move to rename the Kennedy Center the Trump Kennedy Center. Jack Schlossberg says his grandparents, John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, would be mortified.